All right, I'm living life on the edge a little bit. I think only once have I hit the wrong button. One of the reasons that I don't really show myself on camera and rather just go with the graphics is because I do work from my home, and sometimes I haven't showered yet. So much like my idol, the big man on campus, one of the finest in this industry, I'm actually in my undershirt right now. So stay tuned. Hopefully I will not hit the wrong button, and in fact I probably won't. I'll just leave this great promo up there for you. 31-11 Joe Duffy's picks is in football. College football side, and the total for tonight includes a Tuesday night total of the year. We got the Major League side as well. Look, there's times when we've had large portfolios and had maybe one or two plays. Well, tonight a small portfolio, and we have three. The quality and the quantity, the quality, not the quantity, always determines how many picks we have. Joe Duffy's picks at offshoreinsiders.com. Now let's take a look at your gambling preview. Appalachian State and Arkansas State. Appalachian State getting 72% of the tickets and 76% of the money. And also Appalachian State is, the over is getting 83% of the tickets, 96% of the money. And Joseph Simmons says that I do need the shower. Oh, rest assured, I definitely will. I will shower before I go out and grab some lunch, indeed. In fact, truth is, I'll probably shower after I get this podcast and video out of the way. Appalachian State is the #1 team in the nation in terms of margin of cover. They're covering by an average of 19.5 points per game. Now, keep in mind, they've only had 3 line games. They played one of those, obscure teams, but they nearly upset Penn State. So they've been really a public team ever since. And on primetime games, the public, even more than other games, but these more, isolated games where it's the only game going, almost always you're going to see the public go crazy, absolutely crazy, over both the favorite and the over, and that's no exception here. Appalachian State has gone over all 3 of their line games by an average of 12.7 points per game. That's the 7th largest margin in the country, but again, there are just about every other team has more line games under their belt, so it is a smaller sample size. Appalachian State is 8-0 against the spread overall, and Appalachian State 6-1 off of the bye, but 0-5 slump at home. Appalachian has gone under 11-3 after scoring more than 40 points in the previous game. Arkansas State under 16-5 on turf. Appalachian State open up at -7. They're now up to as high as -10.5 in some areas. Arkansas State allows 275 yards rushing per game, which is 5th worst in the country of 130 teams. Now, Appalachian State, 26th in rushing, and they average 215.3 rushing yards per game. Both teams score on big plays. And I do want to add, I did look it up. I looked it up. We've got the software that can do this. Essentially, when a team has a great rushing attack and they're playing a team with a terrible rushing defense, there is no advantage. There is no advantage. So Appalachian State is a great running game. Arkansas State can't stop the run, but there is no betting advantage to that. And a couple of the comments, and we do appreciate it because, like I said, we no longer going to do scheduled live broadcast, but good to see we still have people who are joining us. So most of our views do come on demand, as we said, and that's one of the reasons why. A couple comments. Joseph Simmons says, can I give you strong college play for this week? In fact, our computer software has been updated. We are going to have a lot of strong college football plays for this week at offshoreinsiders.com, and sometime before this day is out, I will have at least a few college football, probably some NFL winners for this weekend, and especially with the college football totals. And, Bryant did mention we had a clean sweep Sunday and Monday and 5-0 the last. No, we did lose one game on Sunday. But, 31-11 is our overall record. What was our overall record on Sunday? These days are running together for sure. But, we did do quite well on Sunday, and we did, I can't even remember, we lost one of those games. But Brian, it's been a great year. In fact, since October the 27th of 2017, it's been crazy. We've literally had just one sustained slump that is long gone, and it's been a great football year again. 30 years in the business, and as I said, because of our software, it eliminates biases. So, I no longer bet my biases. I've said it a million times. I'm a underdog player by nature, but in college football, we found out that betting underdogs aren't always a good idea. And I used to like to never bet road favorites. We find out in the NBA that it is. And so I've been in this business a long time, picked up one or two things, and the software gets a little bit better. It's been going so well. Let's see, I think, Joseph, there was a point that I wanted to bring up based on Joseph Simmons' question. Can I give him one strong play? Now I must confess, I don't even remember what it was, but it was a pretty important handicapping strategy and handicapping golden rule, as I like to call it. Now I can't even remember, and I've already had my coffee so far today. Remember, the best sports books in the world are also at offshoreinsiders.com. Thoroughly vetted sports books, www.offshoreinsiders.com. Oh yeah, no, I think I do. Yes, what Joseph does about how we rate our plays. Common question, we always put it in our picks. When we rate our plays, our wise guy plays are our maximum play. So if your maximum play is $100, if it's a maximum play is $100, you bet $100 on our wise guy play. Our major plays are 0.75. Now, occasionally we do ask, somebody will say, look, I only like to bet 2 or 3 games max. What are your strongest of your wise guys? If we have like 5 wise guys, if we've got 6 wise guys, which does happen. That's the reason why we have come up with our name plays. Now, I personally do not bet, and I would not advise people to bet anything other than what I just said. Maximum bet on a wise guy, 0.75 or 75% on a major, but we do distinguish sometimes name plays. Like tonight, we do have our Tuesday night game of the year. We do that really for 2 reasons. Number one, look, no matter how good of a product you put out, sometimes it's still important to market. So if there is a wise guy play that we like slightly more than the next, we will name it, or some people used to refer to them on the score phone days. A couple of guys would refer to them as major plays. Well, all of our plays are major plays. But yeah, for those who only like to bet, maybe 2 or 3 games on a college football Saturday, that's why we will assign names plays to the wise guy plays. But I personally bet all the wise guy plays at 100, my maximum bet, and major plays at 75%. But yeah, again, we do name the plays for those specific reasons. Anyway, we will talk to you. Probably won't do a podcast tomorrow. Follow us on Twitter, by the way, at Offshore Insider. No S at the end because of the character limitations. An important thing there is what I'm going to do is, and I think there's only 2 NBA preseason games, but one of the metrics that we use has been tremendous in the NBA preseason, where essentially our sharp versus square metrics, where a lot of the sharp money's on one side, the public on the other side. It has been great in the NBA preseason. I don't bet NBA preseason, but those metrics have been tremendous. So follow me at Offshore Insider. I will give free picks that will not count on our official record, but I will give free picks based on those metrics in the NBA preseason because it has been fantastic. But anyway, we will talk to you probably Thursday will be our next podcast. I still have some, evergreen videos and podcasts that I want to do, so who knows? Maybe we'll be able to sneak in one tomorrow, but got a lot of stuff to do. Going to have a full slate of games. Well, not the full slate. We're going to have a significant number of releases later today in football, likely both college and the NFL.